Paul Kelly in the Pirelli Porsche Championship picked up a win yesterday. So for all the Cantabs here trackside at your track, Mike Pirro Motorsport Park, he's not far away, along with the young 17-year-old hometown hero in the Castrol Toyota Racing Series, Marcus Armstrong. Race number 2 for their weekend coming up in just a moment, but joining us is Munter. And we've got the second showdown for the Oscar Super Saloons. Who are the local Cantabs to watch out in this race, mate?
Get it, Clint. Yeah, I reckon you'd be looking out for some of the faster guys near the back. You've got Ben Coffin. I've just seen him strap on a brand new set of slicks in his Mazda, LS powered Mazda, and definitely look out for Jeff Washbourne and Gary Duncan coming through from the back.
So that's the big green machine, number 11.
That's right. Yep, the Aston Martin with the Chevy V8 in it.
And what's the other ones?
Gary Duncan and his LS powered RX-7, and obviously Chris Henderson, who did really well yesterday, coming in third.
So set to go now for race number 2 in the Oscar Super Saloons, the Open Saloon Car Championships. This is over 6 laps, and it's all handicapped. So tell us about the starting procedure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's basically 3 main groups, plus Glenn Smith off the very back. But the first group is the smaller engine cars. They've got a 10-second buffer to the middle group, and then you've got the fast guys another 10 seconds further back from that. So
we've got a bit of drama here with the Capri.
Yeah, it looks like the Capri's pulled off, and also I'm missing a Starlet off the front row too, so they might have had a few dramas. It's getting warm out there.
23 degrees, fine and sunny. So the forecast has done a great job. That's exactly what it's going to be like. Expected to be today. So unfortunately for the Ford Capri, it doesn't look like it's going to be happening here.
Yeah, he looks like he's Andy Lloyd there. He looks like he might even have a fire under the bonnet there.
And of course all the volunteers from the Canterbury Car Club doing a magnificent job with the response, the units, also the emergency use, the rescue units, and potentially put out whatever fire may be causing some problems for that lovely car. Yeah. Very unfortunate.
Yep, Andy's he's only run with us a couple of times. He's often in the muscle car class, but he's running this weekend with us and having a bit of fun.
Also this weekend, a good battle between the North Island and the South Island, like we have with the Pirelli Porsches and also in the Mazda series. A whole lot of North Island drivers down from the GTR NZ class up in the North Island across the ditch. And some good displays there with Glenn Smith, the one guy to watch out for. He did a 1:19 yesterday, so it won't be an official track record for the Oscar Super Saloons. But he did break that 1:21 mark, which was the previous record set by Luke Youlden many years ago. So watch out for him, number 1. That's in the prototype, to see if he can come from the rear of the field and get a good result.
I know he's trying to beat the Audi time from the Enduros. Apparently the fastest saloon record around this track is a 19.6, and yesterday he did a 19.7. So he's got something to aim for there.
A little bit of tweaking of the boost.
Yeah. Yeah,
which they're very good at. Looks like they've just taken a bit of that, a bit of oil on the track, so the marshals are just cleaning that up as well. Further down by the straight, where some of the cars have had the incident yesterday from the Formula Ford crash, and of course also some very exciting passing going on down that long front straight here at Mike Pirro Motorsport Park. 800 metres. We were doing a bit of a survey last year about which has the best, longest straight. So 800 metres for Mike Pirro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tiratonga is slightly longer, but you come onto it shorter. You come into it slower.
Yeah, round about almost 1 kilometre.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So that's the longest of the straights, and then we go to 990 is the Tiratonga, 800 for Ruapuna, 800 for Hampton Downs, which includes like the kink halfway through. 8:30 for the big drag strip at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park at Taupo. 8:30 for Manfield, so you can wind it up there coming out of the kink. And Pukekohe's around about that. Well, it was longer, but because they put the kink in now for the supercar meeting,
exactly,
it's slightly shorter, but still a hell of a fast
circuit.
Still
very fast circuit, yeah, great track.
It's just 800 and hold on. So the class, you've had a bit of a chance to catch up with the Northern boys and give them some southern hospitality?
Yeah, definitely. They were a bit complaining yesterday of the rain. Now they're complaining it's too hot. So we'll see how they go.
North Islanders complaining all the time?
Exactly.
So tell us a bit about the rules for Oscar Super Saloons. As the crowd waving in the sunshine today. Good on you. Give us a wave if you're enjoying the race delay. Streaming live at the moment on our Speedworks apps. This is what the people love about coming to the motorsport scene down here at Ruapuna and also Tiratonga in the sunshine over January, in the summertime. Fantastic crowds, love their petrol heads, passion, and a chance to see a big variety of cars.
Oh, definitely. And Oscar's exactly that, full of variety of cars. It's really a class that anyone can rock up and run what they bring, so to speak. There's very minimal rules. Just really the rules only refer to the faster cars, just to try to keep them in check so that we've got a balanced grid. And there's some good racing throughout.
Breakout points? Breakout times?
No, the only rule we have with breakout times is in our handicap race that you can't really go any more than a second quicker than your fastest lap already, because that's basically cheating, trying to get a better handicap. so
People don't cheat in
no,
those.
of course not. Of course not.
So this is one of the handicap races?
Yeah, this is the second race. More of a reverse grid. It's not so much the time bracket racing.
So that's the full-on time bracket handicap's going to be race 3?
Exactly, yep.
So this is more just a reverse grid
Just
type sort of situation?
Exactly, give the front guys a chance at the front, and to be fair, they're not really expected to stay at the front. It's a chance for the bigger guys to come through the field, but it usually makes for a very exciting race.
But for those guys who are normally down the back of the field because of their horsepower, because you guys, it's all about the difference in the size of your motors again?
That's right, exactly.
So the classes are what again?
0 to 3.5 litre, 3.5 to 4.5, and then 4.5 to 6.
So 4.5 to 6 litre with the big boys at the back of the field. But for those guys who suddenly get a chance to say, I want to feel what it's like to be leading a race, must be a good opportunity for them.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I guarantee you Danielle down there in the little green Starlet on pole is absolutely stoked to be looking down the straight with no one in front of her. By the time she gets to the first corner, there probably will be a couple in front of her, but we'll see how long she can hold off.
Well, take us through your starting grid then for this second race in the Oscars.
Right, yeah, well, you've got the two starlets of Danielle Mitchell and Reece Etwell on the front row. It looks like Reece, he went out there, but he's obviously pulled in, so he's obviously having a little drama. You've got James Story from Timaru there, and Michael Yarworth. He's from the NZ Army RX3. That's an immaculate car from the North Island. Behind him, you've got Nick Bruff. He's in another North Island fella from with the RX7 there. We've got the Lotus Elise of Mark Meadows. The Capri, unfortunately, was next. He's obviously okay now.
Lovely looking Ford Escort there. That's a piece of classic machinery.
Yeah, Michael Pearce's Escort. It's a wicked little machine. It's a really cool car, sort of harking back to the old days of Oscar, and he drives it well. It's a great car. If you're in the pits later, go and have a look because it's a cool little car. And then we've got Terence Phillips in the Honda, and Craig James and Lyndon Ball off the back of the front group. Watch out for them. They'll probably get to the front of this group reasonably quickly. And then they'll try to stay in front and hold off the second group.
So then there's going to be a 10-second gap between the first and the second group?
That's right, 10-second gap. And then you're going back to Bo Houston in his green Skyline. Mitch Vanderwerf, he's alongside him. They'll hopefully get a good start. And Alan Turner right behind a Neville Stoll in the Seat. And they will be trying to get through those first two pretty quick to get out front. Behind that, you've got Gary Duncan and Gareth Evans, ex-Sport Saloon competitors that have moved into Oscar now. And then it's the start of sort of what I would start to call the bigger boys, which Taylor Quinn from the North Island and the Red Batman. He'll go a little bit quicker today. He's only had one down at the track, so he's learned a lot yesterday. You've got Daniel Curry and Dion Prentice in the Corvette, Chevy-powered Corvette, and they're off, actually. They must be going for another warm-up lap, I'd say.
Yes, after that delayed start. Looks like number 777, Andy Lloyd, has got that Ford Capri up and running and good. So they'll do another formation lap to get hopefully warmed up, get some tyres, heat back into those tyres, and then they'll be ready to race. So 3 groups separated by 10-second starts.
That's right, yep.
Big, loud, proud, noisy boys at the back. And watch out for this showdown between 37. He was very good yesterday. Chris Henderson in the Toyota from one of the local stars. Out of Palmerston North, of course, the big yellow Mazda Trans Am. Whoa, watch out there, boys, for the warming up. You don't want an incident like the supercars. And, of course, Glenn Smith in number 1 in the Porsche Daytona prototype. So I suppose what the Capri does, he has to go right at the back of the grid.
I'm guessing he probably has to stay at the back of the grid, yeah. Yep. I probably... Oh, no.
Is he going to go back? No,
he must be allowed to get his grid.
Reform along with his grid, but he'll just work his way past the other guys without hitting them while they weave across the track.
Yeah, exactly. A few of the guys probably aren't aware that he's coming back through, so hopefully they're all looking in their mirrors.
Changeable conditions yesterday, drizzly, overcast, wet, and practice and qualifying for some of the classes, and then finally warmed up with a bit of heat into the tyres yesterday afternoon, but today it's what summer should be. So what's been the reaction amongst the drivers? It was slippy, but now it should be sticky.
Yeah, I think a few of the guys have saved some nice tyres for today, knowing that the conditions were a bit unfavourable yesterday. There was a mixed qualifying, so some of the guys went out in slicks when it was still a bit too damp. And but the race came together. I mean, it wasn't a typical Oscar race where there was no really attrition. We started with 35 and finished with 33, and all 35 cars are back on the grid now.
What's your tyre situation with the class?
They can run whatever they want to run, any size, any compound. Tyres are free.
So they're on slicks or wets?
Oh, all slicks.
All
yeah,
slicks?
definitely. Yep, slicks. The odd smaller car might have the groove slicks, just sort of cheaper to buy and easier to buy sometimes, and different sponsors do different things. But the majority of them are all on slicks.
So it's all about the love of the car,
Yeah.
the contest, the driving.
Yep.
What you can do with you and your mates. A lot of teams would be like family teams or mates, wouldn't they?
Oh, definitely. To give you an idea, we had a barbecue last night for the drivers and teams, and 3/4 of everyone turned up. Those that didn't were probably grouping on their car. So, yeah, very social group we are, and hence the North Islanders are the same. That's why we all get along. We all like to give each other a bit of stick. And, yeah, good family, friendly, fun atmosphere racing in Oscar, and it's very much fun what you bring, and just do your best.
So we'll see who's going to do the best in this second showdown of the weekend. We'll see if the guys at the front of the field can take advantage of this reverse grid start. It'd be great to see someone get a first win.
Oh, great.
I love that in these classes.
Yep, definitely.
Where one guy's been hanging out doing racing for 3 or 4 years and say, yeah, I want to get that, and they get a chance to, hold off the competition and make the most of getting some, racing without anyone in front of you for a change, rather than always being in the pack.
Exactly, yep. And to do it at this sort of meeting, biggest meeting of the year here at Ruapuna for the Tier 1 events is fantastic.
So the lovely looking Ford Capri now taking a spot after getting trouble sorted out from the start. Looks like we're set to go. Reverse grid showdown, Oscar Super Saloons. Beautiful hot sunny day here, track temperature warming up, 23 degrees. Let's feel the revs. Good clean start, 22 gets swamped. Straight away you can see how those fast guys, even from the reverse grid, can just use their huge amount of horsepower and speed up to 3.5 litres. Now the 10-second gap, and the second bunch are away. Oh, we are roaring. Listen to the sound of that. Let's give it 1, 2, 10 seconds, and now the big boys, the big bangers, from down the back of the field, and here comes the noise. And Mr. Smith even gets a further gap as well.
That's right, another 10 seconds. He'll make that up pretty quick though, I expect. And Mark Meadows out in front there with Andy Lloyd right in behind him. He's done the best of the first group.
So straight away, big field heading down towards the hairpin. 3 groups, according to their horsepower, up to 3.5 litre, Group 1, Group 2, 3.5 to 4.5 litre, then 4.5 litre to 6 litre.
Looks like Dion Prentice has had a bit of trouble in the Corvette. He's pulled out of the first lap there.
So they'll be chopping and changing as they work their way through the corners and also the various classes around the track over 6 laps in the sunshine. And we'll see who's going to get in front and already make the move. Down the front straight, that Caprice, whatever he had wrong with him, he's got it going now.
Definitely.
There he is from the infield to taking the lead at the end of the first lap. So good stuff for Andy Lloyd.
Ben Coffin's just got through Alan Turner. He's the front of the second group now, going into ICOM. Keep an eye on Lyndon Ball in third place in the Green Evo. He'll hit the lead very soon, I'm sure.
So 52 on screen at the moment. If you're streaming live, Ben Coffin, is he one of the local Cantab stars to watch out for?
That's right, he's actually the current Canterbury Car Club champion.
It's one of the local guys. It's various classes out there at the moment as they swing around. Coming down towards the end of lap 2 of 6. Great display of machinery and horsepower at the moment right across the matter where you look. Smith's already worked his way up halfway through the field.
I see he's got past Cameron Jones, so that's a battle within itself.
So provisionally at the moment we've got the Ford Capri out in front, but on the timing it's not showing him as actually being in the race.
No, he must have a transponder issue, but I mean we can all see that the timing guys will have that covered, I'm sure.
So 88, Lyndon Bell, Craig Jones, Ben Coffin, Michael Pearce, Alan Turner, Taylor Quinn. What is it?
Quinn, yeah, that's right, yep.
And Glenn Smith in the number 1, the Elf car, the Daytona Porsche, working his way back up through the field from the rear of the grid, and you watch the speed of that car as he works his way through. But they're spread out all around the track at the moment.
Very busy out there at the moment. Glenn's just coming around the casino, isn't he? The casino carousel around Alan Turner. He's already probably at least halfway through the field now.
And Ben Coffin's made a big move already, so he's up into second place.
Yep, he'll be able to grab the lead, I think, down the main straight, possibly.
So the local Canterbury Car Club champion, showing his local knowledge here, which is great for all the local fans. Good to see all the cars spreading in, coming into for the action for the second race in that Castrol Toyota Racing Series coming up next. So looks like they've got the transponder working on Andy Lloyd's car. Well, I did for a moment there. Ben Coffin out in front, car 52. So at the halfway stage of the race, and Glenn Smith is working his way through the field as they are 3 wide going around turn 1.
Yet on screen, Chris Henderson, he's right in behind Glenn Smith. He'll be hoping to catch a tow and just carry on through the traffic, I'd say.
So the question is, after 5 laps, will Glenn Smith be in the position to hunt down the leader? I think he's going to be in that position at the end of this lap.
Yeah, then you probably, hopefully, you might see a lap record being done.
Yes, we'll keep an eye there on that time, because at the moment the fastest time's been a 1:31. Glenn Smith has done a 1:23.5. 1:19 yesterday, so we really wound up that V10, V8 Porsche prototype. Andy Lloyd in second spot. Now they get the drive down. Chris Henderson was awake to that, trying to put the squeeze on Smithy.
Yeah, that was a cheeky move if he could get it done.
So it's Canterbury out in front, followed by Taranaki, and then Canterbury. Beautiful sounding car from Ben Coffin. He's got a good gap. So 4 laps, 5.8 seconds is the difference with 2 laps to go, and Cameron Jones flying now, working his way up through the field in the mighty Mazda, the 666 car. You've got the job of trying to work out who the class winners are.
Yeah, that can wait till later, I think.
So at the moment, Ben Coffin is being hunted down by Glenn Smith. And you'll see the speed of this car. He'll be able to then wind it up basically with the lap to go. See what sort of speed he can do. He's only done a 1:23.5, so getting his way through the traffic has been the problem.
And our about 2014 champion, he's come back today, Russell Mortimer. He's just come through to 5th. So he's had a great run through the traffic too.
So now Glenn Smith has taken over the lead in this beautiful Daytona Porsche prototype. It's like a Le Mans type sort of car, around about 800 horsepower. Did a 119 yesterday, so we're trying to do 119.6 below 6.
That's right.
He's got one lap to do it, so can he wind up the boost and do it, and also take the lead? So 5 laps gone. Out of 6. So this will be his chance.
Chris Henderson's holding off Cameron Jones in the Camaro. He's done a fantastic job to hold on to 3rd.
Good battle yesterday between these two. Trans Am out of Palmerston North, and then of course Henderson, one of the local guys in that magnificently prepared Toyota. Then the big Mazda goes, uses all that horsepower around the outside. Let's see what sector times Glenn Smith's done. He's done a 24.5 in sector 1. We'll see what time he can do in sector 2 and see if he can get close to that record of a 119.6. Will it stand though? Will you make it stand?
Well, it's not an Oscar official time, but it's a
fun thing.
A fun thing.
Look at the big grab here, all trying to avoid any contact.
Oh, there's a wheel
wheels.
Andy Lloyd's
lost the wheel.
Andy Lloyd's lost his wheel. It's going to shoot across the track.
Gee, what a race he's had. Led after the first lap, in the infield of the start. Now he's going to finish in the infield as we get down to the start-finish line, and Glenn Smith will take the checkered flag, and he does a 119.5.
Nice, he'll be stoked.
He's done it.
He'll be stoked.
He's just set that fastest lap for an Oscar as a wheel goes freewheeling across the finish line. It's all happening.
Cameron Jones just snuck in for 2nd. Ben Coffin followed by Chris Henderson just behind. There's a huge gaggle of cars though through the S's here. There's still a lot of passing going on going to the last corner.
So just confirming those top 3, Glenn Smith, a 119.5, so provisionally that'll be the fastest lap for an Oscar here at Mike Perot Motorsport Park, beating the previous record by 119.7.
Actually for any saloon car, I think.
Any saloon car, so that's the beauty of that, beautifully prepared. And he's done it throughout all the other tracks. Last lap, he winds up the boost and just nails it. Superstar. And the wheel's been picked up. Take it back to the guy on the Capri. So here's all the drama coming out. Looked like there was a bit of contact, and here's the wheel just departing.
Yep.
Three wheels and freewheeling. Unbelievable.
Yep. It looked like Gary Duncan and Rod Gimley had a little touch just coming out of the hairpin before that happened.
So a bit of drama, a bit of excitement, plenty of action. Spectacular racing from the Oscar Super Saloons in race number 2. What a day for him.
He's got a mixed bag, isn't he?
We'll have to have a chat and see what happened at the start of the race and how come the wheel came off.
Exactly, I'll find that out for the last race, Clint. And as you would have seen throughout the whole field, there's battles going on everywhere. So again, it doesn't matter what you bring to the Oscar field, you're going to have someone to race with.
And then, of course, what we will do later on is you've got the actual handicapping race. So now you know, you've seen what Glenn Smith can do. I mean, he wound that up to get a 119.5. We're just showing a replay of the wheel going across the track and luckily hitting no car.
Ooh, that nearly took out the RX-3, didn't it?
The last time I saw a wheel like that was the Nissan Mobile 500, where it bounced over and ended up smashing into the windscreen of a park car, one of the poor spectators.
Bit of diff all over that wheel, so he's obviously, he's broken a hub or something, I'd say there.
So a bit of drama there, but plenty of action, plenty of excitement, and we'll see what Mr. Smith can do in that second race, the third race of the weekend, to see if he can actually come from the rear of the grid again and also try and beat 119.5.
Yeah.
Great performance. Good on you, Evan. Thanks very much, mate.
No worries, Clint.
And the Oscar Super Saloons will be back for their third and final showdown of the weekend, and that's going to be race number 3, around about 10 minutes after 5. But stick around. Coming up next, we are counting down to the start in race 2 for the Castrol Toyota Racing Series, featuring, of course, 5 Kiwis, led by the local star. And that, of course, is Marcus Armstrong from Canterbury, along with Taylor Cockerton, of course, Reed Harker, Ryan Yardley, Brendan Leach, and some young stars from all around the globe as we go in search of New Zealand's next world champion. Plenty of fantastic drivers in the class have gone on to super success